Okay, today is a PSA video, so first a disclaimer, okay? I am by no means a doctor. What I'm about to talk about is what I personally go through and how I personally handle it, okay? I have some advice and maybe some suggestions, but ultimately I am not a doctor. I am not diagnosing anything. So there's that. There's also a little bit of trigger because I'm going to talk about suicide. I'm going to talk about bipolar and other mental health issues that I personally have. Okay? There will be links in the description for hotlines and other such things. So here we go. On with the video. Okay. So some of you might know that I am bipolar, or as I was diagnosed when I was younger, a manic depressive. I have oh gosh, I hate saying this, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. I've been through a fair amount in my time, so yeah, you could say that I fought my own lovely wars. Yay. I'm not going to get into any of that. Some of you know what it is, and the rest of you, if you really, really want to know, alright, fine, you know, you can ask me privately, but, you know, just suffice to say, yeah, I might even touch upon it in this video. Who knows? I ramble on when I talk about this stuff, so bear with me, okay? So, what does this mean? What does it mean that I have, you know, anxiety disorders and all this lovely stuff? Well, it means that my head is just a little off kilter. Sometimes I have panic attacks, and other times I lie frozen in my bed and I can't move, aka sleep paralysis. My God, I actually said the word correctly. Usually I just stumble over it. I am paranoid on things. Actually, a lot of what I'm paranoid about has more to do with work than anything else. I always feel like people are talking about me, and sometimes I kind of feel like that people do not see me as intelligent because I think a little differently than, you know, how maybe someone else would. An average person would think of something in this particular way, but I tend to do it backwards and all over the place, and eventually I'll come to the same result, just a weird way of getting there, you know? So a lot of people see me as slow. In fact, when I was 11 years old, I was, they did all these tests and whatnot on me, and they had concluded that I was, now mind you, I am speaking of their time frame, so I'm not going to be 100% politically correct. Do not take offense. They had diagnosed me as high-end mentally retarded. Yay. And then yet when I was 18 and I had the same series of tests taken and all that, it was shown that I was a genius with a very, very high IQ. I mean, we're talking way up here. Yeah, well, as far as I'm concerned, nobody knows their ass from their elbow, okay? I am me. I have an average intelligence level, and I just think things differently, that's all. But I'm kind of digressing. I have been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. Please don't ask me what that is, because I am really not sure. I have no bloody idea what the hell that means. As I have mentioned, I am manic depressive. Sometimes I have suicidal thoughts, tendencies. It used to be really bad when I was much younger and I had absolutely no way of doing anything about it. I couldn't trust anybody to talk to, even therapists and counselors, many of which wanted to just drug me up. And for me personally, I did not want that. I mean, if that works for somebody else, awesome. By all means, that's awesome. But for me, no. I did not want anything to do with that. I was so against it that I would leave therapists and shrinks and counselors and so on and so forth when they tried to push that on me. I was like, nope, you don't want to hear me. I don't want to deal with you. Goodbye. Flashbacks. Something I go through with having post-traumatic stress disorder thingy. Yay. The flashbacks were really bad. They would be triggered by violence or someone yelling in my face, which is one of the reasons why I actually do not like being on register, because sometimes you get a customer that'll do that, and it's everything I can to keep myself. I mean, you have yeah, that's in and of it. That's a whole other thing. Anyways, the flashbacks when I was younger would be very physical, and I would do a lot of really bad bodily harm to myself, like trying to gouge my eyes out. So I would have these gouges going down my face, and there'd be cuts all over me. I used to be a cutter. I will touch upon that in a moment. You know, all these things that I would go through. But a lot of that has calmed down over the years. I still have some really bad lows. I had a doozy of one just the other night. I was just trying to take a nap because I was really exhausted. And I was frozen, and I felt like somebody was climbing into the bed with me, but like there was no cats in the room, and JT was at work. It was really bad. And when I finally was able to get over it all, I felt like I just like spent the whole day in a boxing match. I was so sore and so tired and feeling very low. I couldn't stop crying. I just, you know. So these are the things that I personally deal with. Now, it sounds like a lot, and maybe it is, maybe it's not. I mean, I've had someone say, well, you're lucky. At least you don't have to. Oh, you know, I gotta tell you, I really hate when someone says that to me. When someone says to me, well, you've got it easy, or you're lucky. Where in this universe do you get that from? I do not feel lucky that I have to, every single day, physically keep my emotions and all of that at an even keel. I do not feel lucky when I wake up in a cold sweat, grasping onto reality because I'm having a night terror. I certainly do not think I have it easy when I'm going through a low and I'm snapping and growling and snarling at everything around me and doing everything I can not to hurt myself. None of that sounds easy or lucky to me. Now, at the same token, there are people out there that's going through so much worse than I am. But that does not mean that my feelings and what I'm going through should be invalidated. And you know, someone's saying, well, don't be depressed, just be happy. Yeah, all right, fine. You know, the next time you got yourself some food poisoning, hey, how about this? Don't, you know, hey, just don't have diarrhea. Huh? Yeah? Haha. Will that work for you? Yeah, shut up. I get a little passionate about this, can you tell? So how do I deal with all of this? What do I do to get myself out of my lows, or how I deal with my flashbacks and stuff? Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I do have probably the strongest rock ever in my life, and that would be JT. And the reason why I say this is he does not invalidate my feelings, whether I have a low. I mean, my low could be triggered by something as minuscule as a tic-tac falling on the floor. Don't ask me why. That hasn't happened yet. It's just a point. And no matter how silly it seems or how little it seems that it triggered everything else, it's still important. So when I'm having a low, he sits with me and we try to dig and find out what triggered that low. And because I feel safe with him and I trust him, I know that he's not going to invalidate me when I say, well, I saw this cartoon today and it was about this, and it just threw me. He's not going to say, seriously, a cartoon? Now come on. No. We talk about it. And then we overcome it. And I feel so much better when I do. You know, and it's like everything is lifted off of me. He reassures me, he holds me, you know, he talks to me, and he does not, this is the most important thing right here, he does not invalidate my feelings. That is so important. So, I cannot tell you how important that is. And I'm not suggesting you need a lover to do this. I am suggesting that you need somebody in your life that you can trust. Whether it's a teacher, a counselor, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your lover, your best friend. Somebody that you can share your innermost things with and not be afraid. Because I'm going to tell you right now that to me has worked far better than any medication ever. Now, again, I'm not saying don't take medication. If it works for you, and there's no ill side effects, and it's helping you, by all means do that. But it sure as hell doesn't hurt to have that close somebody, too. Yeah, it's just... They say to talk things out, don't bottle it up. Well, they're right. It's just a matter of finding somebody that you can do that with. You know, you could even call a helpline, and even that would help. Because the most important thing is, you know, your feelings not being invalidated. You know, that to me anyways, that's what it seems like to me. Now, on the other side of the coin, sometimes I can't talk to him. You know, I mean, he's at work, or I'm at work, or, you know, maybe he's away for the weekend. Well, at that point, I tend to do something creative. And that is either making jewelry, coloring in my book, cleaning my house. And the reason for this, you know, even if it's, you know, something mundane, is because I'm accomplishing something, even a small something, you know? And then I can look back and go, hey, I accomplished something. I did that. Yay! Go me! You know, I could play a video game and pass a level, and I'll be like, yay! Go me! Woohoo! Whatever it is, just to accomplish something, to do something, to say, I did that. I was productive. And that even helps a little bit. Chocolate helps too. Just saying. Chocolate. Go chocolate. So, you know, but I have friends that goes through some of this as well. And my advice to you is, you know, talk it out. If you don't have somebody you can talk to, and I know some of you might, you know, comment in the section, go, well, I don't know anybody like that, or I have no friends. I understand. But you're still not alone. And worst case scenario, and this helps too, this helps greatly whether you have friends or not. Grab that journal, type it out, write it out. Better still, write it with your hand. Do it physically. If not, then type it out. Just free write it. That helps too because it gets it out of you. It's like, oh, this is a disgusting analogy, but it's like lancing a boil, you know? Ugh, gross! That's gross. Ew! But yeah, it's like that. Ew. Couldn't I pick something better than that analogy? What do you think? Maybe. Sometimes, I mentioned earlier, I have suicidal thoughts. And one of the ways I tend to calm that down, as it were, or talk myself out of it, is I remind myself that there are people here that love me. And even when I didn't have JT in my life, even when I really was alone, I would still tell myself, if I kill myself, then I will never find that person that will love me. This is how I dealt with it. And what I'm going to say to you, to any of you who feel that way, that there's nothing left, there's always something. And you're not alone. You're so not alone. Never. You are never alone. I know sometimes you might feel that way, but you're really not. You're not alone. I cannot stress that enough. Again, there'll be links in the description about all of this. So, if you have any questions, because I know I kind of sort of flew all over the place, you know what? You're free to ask. I'm going to be upfront and honest with you, you know, but I give you warning. If you're going to ask anything about me, about how I got this way, or, you know, why I am the way I am, be prepared. It's not a pretty answer. Just letting you know. Now, for people, some people have friends or jobs where they have to deal with high-end, very emotional, very hurt people, whether they're suicidal or their minds just kind of go in every direction and all of that good stuff. I understand that it's hard for those people in that environment to do those jobs. I get that. But please, for the love of anything that is out there that's good, please do not say to another person who's already going through something like this, I hate so-and-so. It's just, just so much bad stuff happens, so much blood, or so much this, or so much that. Please don't. Just don't. You know, you need to get it off your chest. I get that, but don't bash the very people you're trying to help, or whatever. That just doesn't, no, that just doesn't work. So, I'm sorry this wasn't a happy, cheery video. The point I'm really trying to make is just please know you're not alone, okay? You are not alone. If you really need to talk to somebody and you can't find somebody, you know what? Contact me. I'll have my contact information in the Twitter too. Not in the Twitter. My Twitter will be there. In the description. You know, you're never alone. Never, ever, ever. Please always remember that. So, that being said, next week's video should be a little more uplifting and silly and stuff, since I'm trying to get back on track on uploading and stuff, okay? So, I do hope you enjoyed this video, such as it is, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, share with your friends. You know what? Before we do all that, I do have one more thing I wanted to say. For those that have friends that go through all of this, and you're wondering, what can I do to help my friend who is going through depression, who's going through a low, who's going through all these really hard things? Don't invalidate their feelings. Let them know, hey, if you need me, I'm here. Don't push yourself upon them. Don't say, hey, you got to talk about this. We're going to talk when we're ready and when we feel safe to. So just let them know, I'm here for you. And give them chocolate and a cuddly blanket and maybe a tail or something cuddly. Just let them know they're not alone. That's all. Okay. That being said, now I'm going to do my exit, you know. And, oh, if you have any more suggestions to how you can help your friends going through this, put them in the comments, please. And like I said, like, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And, I will talk to you fuzzies later, okay? Bye, everybody. Bye. Meow. Bye.
Little ghost, what I'm scared of the most. Can you spare me up a little bit of love?